The MISC Starlancer TAC. As per latest news, the ship will be so much more than we expected. Intended to make its debut with the Invictus launch week, around 15 May or after that. The first Starlancer, the Starlancer Max, was transport-focused ship with over 200 units of cargo. This freshly shown off TAC variant intends to serve as a dropship and assault support vehicle. From the perspective of firepower, it has got the same two top turrets and pilot weapons, but there are also two additional turrets below its belly facing to the sides. Both of them are dual size 5s. And get this, there is even a rocket defense system at the back controlled by the co-pilot. On first glance you may have thought this seems a bit more similar to the Freelancer MISC, which is a combat variant in its series. That however is mostly a rocket platform, while the Starlancer TAC is so much more. These weapons it has are just the first layer. Side turrets are clearly meant as a ground support tools, and the ones on top are focused on defense from other ships. The rear missile bays are very distinctive and can possibly keep away other ships from looking for a blind spot at the rear. The TAC variant also comes with a mini hangar. Now this is on the cost of some accommodations areas, but it is clearly meant to store a Mirai Fury, thus providing at least one or even two more additional small snubs, small fighters to assist you in combat. I think this is actually one of the really good ways they could have gone with the ship, and they actually did it, because it's a pretty large ship, and now having a mini hangar at the back, or well at the top, makes it even more unique, as usually these types of special features, special storage areas for vehicles are more common for the capital ships. And most others which can carry another ship are more like pocket carriers, because there is no dedicated spot on them for an additional snub. In the back there will still be this small cargo space area, or perhaps even room for a small vehicle, something from the Tumber family, or a couple of hover bikes, they could fit there well. This in mind, it is still a dropship, and there are dropship seats. Additional doors also open to the sides to let out the troops. All of this to carry grunts into the battle. Sounds pretty amazing already. It is clear that this ship would require a dedicated crew alongside the infantry it is carrying, thus providing transport and security. And if all of this wasn't already amazing enough, it has a medical bay. Yes, it almost feels like a mini capital ship, having everything you may need. I did not think they would be this innovative with a combat-focused support ship. It's clearly meant as a ground support, so dropship seats and troop delivery was clearly expected. But a slot or two for the snobs and a medical bay might actually make it one of the best all-around ships you could pick from. One thing I do want to say, you will need a lot of friends to operate it at full capacity. There needs to be a pilot, possibly a co-pilot for the rear missiles, 4 turret operators to maximize the damage output and covering the ship's all sides, perhaps even 1 or 2 snub pilots. That is total of possible 7 to 8 players. That's not including the assault troops this ship might be carrying, which could number up additional 10, and a Tumber Cyclone or 4 hover bikes at the back. I really do think there might be a bit too much in this ship. We could also add an engineer or 2 to manage the ship's operations, so just below 10 or 10 players required to operate it without actually yet delivering the troops. I agree, it sounds really nice on paper having all of these tools and all of these possibilities with a large ship or ship like this, but I think they may have overdone it with this ship. I guess in a way it will also depend how durable it will be. To be fair, I would rather take a couple of medium fighters than fill all of its turret positions. Maybe just keep the extra snobs as backup in the ship, just in case. Because I think there is more gain from additional support ships than manning the Starlancer Max with a full crew. That's just my opinion. Perhaps they should have made this ship into a real capital ship. Make it bigger, stretch it out, make it send a message. Because all of the pieces are there, but it's just not big enough, it probably won't be durable enough, and it will be a relatively strong large ship with all kinds of capabilities. Because with the same amount of crew, I could operate a ship like Polaris really well. Perhaps even fully crew a Hammerhead, get even more weaponized support. It is clearly unique with all the possible tools it has, flying medical, troop carrying, support offering gunship. It is still amazing how far they pushed this large sized ship. But perhaps it could have been built more around ground support or some other specific role, and less around trying to do all of the roles. I think it just needs too many crew members to operate on maximum capacity, where it already becomes more valuable to have more ships or a bigger ship. I think it is still an amazing Swiss Army knife of a ship, but I do hope it plays out better than I could ever imagine it. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching!